So we're back again. Yeah, man, we're about to set it off with LP featuring Tyro. Hi, my name is Nunchucks. Prayers Nunchucks with the anger management.
Hey, man, these days I don't say a lot.
Yeah, I know I'm angry. uh some of the people who listen to podcasts, my podcast, they say I have anger issues. Yeah, man, I do have like anger issues. I get angry and stand before the mic and just simply release my anger. Like I said, I just release my thoughts as real as possible. So most of the time when I come into the booth, I'm talking about things that bother me. Yeah, I said booth. I'm recording in a booth. It's actually a mini booth made of blankets, sponges, and a bed mattress. That's saying like you have to make the best with what you got. Yeah, man, you should come to like the place that I recorded. Wow, man, we are really making the best with what we got. So today's topic, I don't have a topic. I don't have a topic. But then, this past Saturday, went shopping, me and my friend. While I was there, I saw this guy. Yeah. Voice change before I talk about the guy, voice change. Somebody said I talk like a lady, so I need to try to put in a little bit bass on my vocals. So is it good enough? So yeah, man, I'm just gonna talk with my real voice. Fuck you, sucker. So yeah, man. Like I said, I saw this guy and he was going around with a piece of paper on his hand. He was asking for help. So he came to the place that I was sitting in, and he was giving people that paper. Unfortunately, he didn't get a chance to come to me. And then before we left, I actually saw him again, and I went to him and I asked for that paper. Although I don't think he had me, because I had to touch him for him to look at me. And unfortunately, the poor guy could not talk. That's why he had like the things that he need written on the paper. He wanted food, a shelter, a place he can stay in. So now, that being the case, that became like a serious wake up call for me, because it reminded me of things I've always wanted to do growing up, things I want to do. Like reasons why I'm doing what I do, like the music stuff, podcasts, why I want to be rich. It reminded me of that lesson, that important thing, that important part of me, which is helping other people. And so I gave the guy a little of what I had, but then that thing stuck with me. It had, because I knew that I could do better, but I didn't. Okay, what do I mean by that? I could have actually went to the car and asked for money from my mom's. Unfortunately, I didn't do that. So now it's gonna sound weird because now I'm being judgmental to other people, but then here's the part that hurt me the most. I saw people eating burgers and everything somewhere on the phones, and the guy approached them and then gave them that paper. Some people were actually telling him to piss off. As much as the guy doesn't hear, at least that's what I think, he doesn't hear. As much as the guy can't hear what you're saying, I think when you're saying something hurtful, a person can actually feel it, regardless whether they can hear or not. So I could see like the sad face on the guy as he was walking away from like different types of people, and it had every time I saw his face, going from the next person to another, it really had. I don't want to lie, it had like fuck, it had more than a breakup. Seriously, because I think I can understand the struggle that he's going through. I'm a black person. I'm unemployed. I stay at home. If my mom don't do shit, I know what it's like to stay the whole day hungry. Not knowing what you're going to do next. Unfortunately, for me, I have a plate at the end of the day. But for him, it's a totally different story. You know, it's way totally different because even if he eats something, he can quiet the stomach rumbling for only 5 minutes or few hours at most. But then he still has to continue asking for more food because now he has to worry what he's going to eat after the little meal that he had or has. You know, that's just the life that he's living. He always begs and asking for people. And you know, there are some people who would actually want a person to beg, a person like that. Like he's begging, he's asking for food. Like people like there are some people who would want the person to actually bow or go on their knees and ask for food from the. I don't wanna, like, if I see you do that, I'm going to kick the shit out of you. Period. I'm going to kick the shit out of you. As much as people are begging, I don't feel like you have to make them go on their knees. As much as I don't believe in God, I know a lot of people around me believe in God. I know a lot of people who listen to this believe in God, you know? And one of the things the Bible says is that you should never bow to anybody except the one and only God. So don't make the person bow to get help from you. Don't make a person kneel to get a help from you. You know, man, I honestly want us to actually adopt this culture. When we see a person struggling, let's say maybe you were spending 10 rands for data. Why not buy data and give that person something, you know, make that person's day better? Buy them something to eat. If you don't trust them with money, buy them something to eat then. Let them eat in front of you. Or why not take them to lunch? Like all those people who were eating burgers, it hurt me because the guy went to them. He saw it's a restaurant. I think in his mind he was thinking, you know, maybe if I ask these people, they will give me a little of what they have left on their plate, you know. But none of them were doing that. And in my mind, I could feel that there are those people who are in the position to help, but they won't. Why though? Why can't you help the next person? What if that person was you? Would you like it like going to a person and asking for help, and maybe even if you don't know, but then you can clearly see that they're in a position to help you and they don't. And in that case, I feel like everybody who was at the restaurant, McDonald's, let me put it that way, who was at McDonald's was actually in a better position to help the guy out. All you had to do is give him like what's left on the plate if you don't want to buy him a meal. You know? And I'm not saying like people should buy, you know, or people who are asking for help, big meals or whatever. A simple bread would, like, wouldn't hurt anybody. And if anything is gonna change that person's world, you know, and again, it's gonna take weight off their shoulders. I mean, I can relate a lot to the guy, man. Like I said, a day without bread, you know, without any plan, without money, without anything. It's a struggle, bruh. It's a struggle, and it hurts me emotionally. It has, like, I had I think 4 emotional breakdowns this month only. Like, I literally cried, you know. I cried, dog. Like, there were tears on my face. Wow, I was miserable. You know why? Because I understand the struggle of wanting something, like trying to get something. No, and nobody is there to help you. You know, I understand that pain. You know, I'm trying to build something here. I'm trying to run a business. Unfortunately, I can't find a job. I'm also trying to find a job. I apply every fucking day, and there's no response. There's nothing. I'm also doing my music, and it's not bringing any return. You know, and I can't always say, "Mama, I want to three. Mama, I want 1, 2, 3. Someday, what if the woman won't be there? What then?" And that's not only it. You know, I want my own things, and I'm working hard every single day to try to get them. You know, and if that thing can put that much emotional strain on me, what about the next person who just wants something to eat? Maybe for the next 5 minutes, maybe for the next day, maybe for the next week. What about them? The amount of, like, the emotional strain, like the amount of emotional pain that they're going through. Can't you imagine that as a person? I think we are in a position like we can actually put ourselves in those people's shoes and actually help them. Uh, I don't mean to be a bad person here. I don't mean to make myself look better or whatever. But then, if something is bothering me, I'm just gonna say it. And I think that's one other thing why people who listen to these podcasts actually listen to them, because they know that I'm just gonna say whatever bothers me, because I'm looking for change. I want change in us as human beings. I want a lot of changes. I want I actually want all our problems like solved. Nobody's suffering, nobody is going through things. I want like that kind of life where everybody's having a peaceful and a happy life. We have everything we want. But then the only way to get there is actually if we work together as people. So I know I've been talking a lot about this guy and everything, but then, like I said, that was a serious wake up call for me. Cause I don't wanna lie, I had forgotten why I'm doing what I'm doing. I did forget. In all the frustrations of me wanting my own shit, I forgot that I'm also doing it for people out there. I actually want to build a school. I want to build a shelter. I don't believe in the government will take care of things. The government hasn't done shit for us. I don't want to lie. The NC ain't doing shit for us, dog. They can come during election times and promise us shit, but then they won't do shit. I mean, I'm willing to bet if Ramaphosa passes by and see a person begging, he won't even stop. He will just pass. Even if the person sees Ramaphosa and tries to get close to him, the security will stop him. That much I am sure of. So the government can do shit. The government won't do shit. What about as people? Why can't we? And again, here I'm going to be a little bit more harsh. I'm sorry for this. Every Christian person, everybody who goes to church, everybody who believes in church, I'm so sorry for this, but then I'm going to be harsh here. We as people, we always pay tithes at church, always pay, what's this? I forgot the name, but then that money that we put out during every service. What's the name? But I think you get the name. Offering. Yeah, we always pay the offering and whatever. And somebody once fought me in a taxi for saying this. I remember talking to my mom about this point that I'm about to make. And what I was saying is that, it pisses me off that we call ourselves Christians. That's before I became an atheist. It pisses me off that we call ourselves Christians. We say we love God. We say we love people. But then we don't help people. We don't. I mean, what pisses me off, I was actually telling my mom that what pisses me off the most, that a person would take 10% of his pay and give it to the church. I understand the church needs money to grow and everything, but then that's the same church that will open doors for people who are living in the streets to sleep in there. That's the same church that will open doors to people who are actually asking for food and give food to those people. That's the same church that won't take your money, buy food, and go around feeding these people. It hurt me. And I was talking to my mom about it, and somebody just said, Awid, you're talking nonsense. If your mom didn't pay tithes and everything, you'd suffer, you'd be a loser. And she said some hurtful things. And I just looked at her and I said, you know what? I'm just going to respect this woman. I'm not going to say shit. But then, if there's God have mercy on her soul. Because we come as people, we pay so much money in offerings, but then why not take that money and help people out? Why not? Why not do that? Oh shit, this thing cut off at 20 minutes long recording, it cut it off damn man, I don't even remember half of the shit that I was saying. Fuck. So okay, yeah man, okay, the main point is, if I think if there's a God, I believe if there's a God, what he'd want us to do is actually help one another out. You know, I don't think God would want us to pay tithes in church. I don't think he'd want us to pay offerings. Instead, I think he'd want us to take that money that we give in church and give it to those people, help those people out. I think he'd want us to build shelters for those people. I think he'd want us to start maybe feeding schemes and everything, just to help all those people, just to help the people who are less fortunate compared to us. And I'm not saying we are in a better place, maybe we are better than them. And I don't think we are any better than them. They're human too. We're also human, you know, and we never know what life can hold for us. And I don't think those people actually put themselves in the street. I don't think so. I think there are circumstances that actually led them to being in the street. You know, and you know, it's hard for us to understand as people, because obviously we're not living in those conditions. But then whenever those people come to us and ask for help, I think they come because they believe that we are in a better position to help them. I think so. I think they come to us because they believe and they have that hope that they will get a little help from us. But what are we doing to them as people? As like when they come to us, what are we doing to them when we piss them off? What are we doing to them when we cast them out? What are we doing to them when we refuse to help them and belittle them? Why do we really have to belittle them? I don't think so. And like I said, I don't want to be judgmental or anything, but I just want to say things the way that I see them, you know, because this situation hurts me. And I'm not only talking about the guy that I saw, because I know there are tens of guys out there, and not only guys, only like ladies as well, you know. There are like those people out there. And what are we doing as a community to help them? What are we doing as people to help them? You know, like I said, I think I can relate to the person's pain. I can. And the other thing is that, you know, I honestly believe this world could be a better place if we actually helped each other out, if we actually work together. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know who taught people that whenever you have something, you're supposed to eat alone. I don't know. But I honestly feel like that thing is a curse in this world. Because if you think about the corruptions and everything, it's all because of that greediness. People don't want to eat alone. You know, they want to be in better positions alone. They don't want to help others. You know? Yeah, man. Not to deviate from the topic, but based on what I was saying, dog, I think we can do better. We can make this world better for other people. You know, it's so funny now that I think about it. I remember back in 2018 when I was working. I once had this incident. People said I was crazy and stupid for what I did, but then I was coming off from work. I was with this guy, James, and I saw a guy. He was eating from dustbins. And immediately I told James, I said, yo, my guy, I'll be back. And I went to the person and I told him, my guy, I want to give you something, but then I don't want people to see. And I took out my transport money and I gave it to the guy. Well, maybe it was stupid, but then for me, it wasn't. Because I don't have any regrets. I don't have any shame for doing that. In fact, I'm happier that I did it. You know why? Because when I was doing it, I wasn't thinking about how am I going to get home. I wasn't thinking about I wasn't thinking about myself. What I cared about is that that person gets something proper to eat. What I cared about, what mattered the most to me, was that person getting a meal, at least, even if it's just one meal for that one night. You know, at least his stomach would be a little bit quiet. And I honestly wish that I could have done more. Unfortunately, I couldn't, you know? And one thing I liked about James is that he saw me, you know, going to the guy, and then he didn't say shit. And coming back and going to a taxi rank, and he looked at me and said, oh, my guy, take this money. I know what you did. You gave the guy your transport money. You don't have money. because we did talk at work, and I did tell him, yo, my guy, this is the last money that I have for transport. Hopefully I'm gonna get the next money. And he gave me like the money for transport to go home. You know? So I think that's the other thing that stops people from helping other people. I think it's that thing that we always think of ourselves first. And it's not a wrong thing to think of yourself first. You should always think about yourself first. But then if there are ways, or if you are in a position to help a person, please help them. Help them out. Do you know how frustrating it is as a person to need help and nobody wants to help you? Like, let me tell you a secret. When you actually go to the person, you actually help them, especially those people who are asking for stuff, like who are begging. I don't want to call them beggars. Let's say people who are less fortunate, and you actually help them. You're actually taking a lot of weight off their shoulders. You're actually uplifting them, not only emotionally, not only physically. You're actually uplifting them. You're actually giving them even more hope that tomorrow can be better. I mean, think about this gospel artist. What is his name? Sechaba. I don't know if what they're saying is true or not, but do you know that the guy used to be one of the beggars? The guy used to be on the streets, man. And look at where he is now. I don't know how he got where he is, but then I think a part of it is that he had that hope. Somebody helped him, like somebody, whenever he begged, I think somebody took his hand and said, my guy, let me make your a day better today. And they gave them hope and gave him hope. Hey man, I think I've spoken a lot. I need to keep this thing short. So yeah, man, unfortunately this thing like deleted a lot of things that I said, and I don't remember most of them. Unfortunately. And I can't even try to remember them, because if I do, it means I'm gonna make this thing even longer than it's supposed to be. The point of today and the point of this podcast is that help the less fortunate, please. Don't worry about data, like things that don't mean shit. Don't worry about them, man. Materialistic things, don't worry about them, man. I think helping the next person is more important than a lot of things. So, and then myself, as much as I wanna have a lot of money and build things to help them out, that's a little bit too far. I feel like that dream is a bit too far, because I'm not earning anything, and at the moment I'm not getting any income. And I'm at that position whereby I don't have nothing. But then with the nothing that I have, if I have a little on me and I see a person like that, I always help. And I think we can all do that. Trust me, man, it doesn't hurt. And if anything, especially if you believe in God, if anything, I think when you help out and the next person, your God becomes happier. And I don't mean on Sundays only, and I mean every flipping day whenever a person comes to you. Actually, take it this way. Whenever a person comes to you, take it that is God. Is God sending that person to you to test you? Now, you have a little on you, or you have, like, you're in a position to help that person, you don't help them. You're actually robbing yourself of those blessings. You are. I mean, I have reasons why I don't believe in God, but then some acts, I actually do believe that there are like higher powers that are responsible for them. I honestly, like the person coming to you hoping and believing that you can help them. That's a huge thing. That's a very, very huge thing. Like I said, if you believe in God, take it as God testing you. And what happens if you don't help that person? Or actually, let's put it this way. If you see a person struggling, help them. Look how it will change your life as a person as well. Now, I'm not saying it's gonna change your life and make you a billionaire or whatever. No, it doesn't work that way. But then for first, it's going to make you happy. You know why? Because you have actually helped lift off someone's weight off their shoulders. It will make you happy as well. It will make them happy. We human beings, we are a little bit weird. Whenever the next person is happy, we feed off their happiness. I don't know if you've noticed that. We actually feed off from the next person's energy. We actually feed off from that. So yeah, man. This is Nunchucks with the anger management. Unfortunately, I lost a lot of content, but then I'm gonna leave you with this song. LP featuring Tyro. Set it off, man. Yeah, you're about to set it off. Yeah, man. Thanks for listening.
Hey, man, these days I don't say a lot. I don't like to conversate. I meditate behind the bars and let the ink advocate, penetrate through the ear, navigate to your train of thought. One-way track, I stick to my lane and I never stop. Grinding on the day-to-day, busy trying to build up hay. Never been surprised at all these junkies trying to mitigate. In my lines they survive, they hear a threat when I take a breath. Vicious with the lines, lethal weapon, no disguise. I'm climbing, no reclining, steady changing the climate. Anything to stay surviving, pushing pace in the progress. And the profit is important, see the paper, gotta go forward. Never put these things to rest till I'm resting inside the coffin. While I'm still alive, I convert your favorites into corpses. Man, I walk them out, deep inside the game, I never forfeit. Man, I strategize, touching all these bars until you feel it. Man, it's do or die, leave my heart in every verse I spit it. I'm about to set it up. Been compiling with my niggas, time to knock it off. It's overflowing back of tricks, feel like a metaphor. I might just send up with the horns and kill the matador. I want the door. That's what I really want. But I'd never dumb it down for all my real ones. Rather set it up so you forget my old ones. So I keep topping up my past with my new ones. I'm about to set it up. Been compiling with my niggas, time to knock it off. It's overflowing back of tricks, feel like a metaphor. I might just send up with the horns and kill the matador. I want the door. That's what I really want. But I'd never dumb it down for all my real ones. Rather set it up so you forget my old ones. So I keep topping up my past with my new ones. Okay, I'm done over talking. There's nothing I can say. I know you really think I'm stalling this. I know that you've been stalking. I jump flows like the intervals. Learning to be musical is critical. I'm working by the decimal. Every effort counted by punchlines. My punchlines are light speed like Mayweather. Anywhere that I jump through and cause a fucking chaos. I'm out here just demanding all attention, so just pay us. I'm out here on my feelings. Niggas ain't billing me. Fake motherfuckers ain't even pick the real me. Out here on my sinning shit. I ain't even saving hoes. These niggas are like bacon or pasta or Buddha-Voros fucking with the matador. I told these suckers we gon' come through. I should have warned you like a samurai, I cut through. My rhyme pool too deep, my words just too heavy. Hooks way too steep, you lightweight, go to sleep. I'm about to set it up. Been compiling with my niggas, time to knock it off. It's overflowing back of tricks, feel like a metaphor. I might just send up with the horns and kill the matador. I want the door. That's what I really want. But I'd never dumb it down for all my real ones. Rather set it up so you forget my old ones. So I keep topping up my past with my new ones. I'm about to set it up. Been compiling with my niggas, time to knock it off. It's overflowing back of tricks, feel like a metaphor. I might just send up with the horns and kill the matador. I want the door. That's what I really want. But I'd never dumb it down for all my real ones. Rather set it up so you forget my old ones. So I keep topping up my past with my new ones.